a husband, but you're also a father to a very wonderful little boy. Um, what would you say were some of the emotions that ran through your mind the very, very, very first time that you knew you were going to be a father? And I don't mean when you decide to get married and that may have been in the plan. I mean the moment you knew for sure that okay, my wife and I are expecting.
For me, I it's just that feeling that okay, you are you were a man before, you're officially a man now, for a quick minute or two, you jump, you born. You're well happy about that, you're really, really excited. But then the reality kicks in, you are now a father, so your priorities, your goals, your objectives, you have to modify them now. You have to start thinking more along the line of okay, it's not just you and Terry again, it's now you, Terry, and Cree. So my life has just been different.
Yeah.
I have to modify my life to fit.
Okay. Um, I've heard many persons say that they are parenting consciously, right? They're parenting consciously. Now, in my opinion, the generation before us, or maybe even before them, or grandparents, maybe, they did not exactly parent consciously. They made sure that we had food to eat, somewhere to lay our head, and that we went to school. Oftentimes, persons may not even have the money to go to school, but they were in school. That was the sum total of parenting for maybe two generations ago. But nowadays, persons are more actively engaging their children in a social way. That is would have been foreign to my grandfather. But what have you done to say, okay, I'm going to decide to parent this young man in a conscious way? I'm going to actively engage him and be a person in his life, not just a provider in his life.
Um, I think
Mm-hmm.
okay. I think growing up, I've been with just my mother and I pretty much. I've seen the sacrifices that she had made to bring me and to make me into the man that I am today. Um, I've recognized the importance of being a father to my child just through how hard my mother had to work for me. Um, I, you made mention of grandparents and the older generation. They really did not know how to be so social with their children. It was more of okay, I ensure that I work and make sure that you go to school and you get all you need. Your everything is provided, clothes, food, and shelter. They are all provided for you. But in terms of being a social parent, it wasn't there. But I believe that the grace of God was really with some of us back then.
100%.
But as we grow and as we recognize the importance of different parenting skills, I think that we should apply them, and that is what I try to do. I try to apply the necessary parenting skills for Cree. I try to be a parent where, as small as he is, I correct him when I'm wrong, when he's wrong, and to be very stern at him at times, by correcting him. No, you don't do that. As well as when it's playtime, I spend time playing with him. I take him out, we walk together as young as he might be. We just spend time together because I know the importance of being a parent that spend time with your child. A lot of parents, they provide for their children, but they're really lacking emotional and social support.
Support.
And a lot of children grow up without having those stuff, and you find that it's problematic. They are really missing.
How different do you think your life may have been if in a, if there was more of that in your life, like your early, not just early childhood, but your growing up years into teenager, young adult, and so forth. If you had more of that kind of social parenting as opposed to just the provision thing that most of that happened for most of the persons of that generation.
I'm not sure if my life would have been well. much different in terms of if I had more of a social, probably. Well, I'm honestly not sure. But what I do know was that growing up, not having a father who was physically present, well, who was present in your life, um, I find that there's a lot of time when I wanted a father's support that wasn't there. I wanted that kind of assurance. You're at school and you hear other students talking about their dads and what their dad did for them, and you probably you hit a child and say, I tell my father, you don't have a father really to go and to tell. It was really your mother playing both roles, and I do not believe a woman can be an effective father. I am sorry. I know Jamaican society say that mothers can be both fathers. And I disagree 100% with that. Mothers are mothers, fathers are fathers. It's just a pity that they have to play both, try to play both roles. But I don't think God designed it to be that way.
If there was a person right now that's listening that really can relate to what you're saying, and is really feeling that kind of absence in their life right now, what would you say to that person?
I would say to that person, God is there for you. God has brought me through all of that pain, emotional trauma that I went through. And persons probably wouldn't know that I had these issues, but I've seen how if my mother had the help of her father with me, probably we would have been better off at the time financially. I went through a lot where in terms of even my mother could only afford one shoes for church and school, when I had friends that was changing shoes like willy nilly. So for me, all of those issues, it was really challenging for me. But what I've recognized was that God was always there for me, and right throughout that time, I knowing no. Back then, to be honest, I really didn't know. I really just cry myself to sleep sometimes and hoping my life was different. But now, thinking about it, I'm like, I wish I knew then what I know now. Where God have your back. God I gonna carry you through. God will take care of you.